Big news for anyone preparing to become a US citizen. USCIS has officially announced major changes to naturalization civic test. The first update in years, we can say. If you are, of course, planning to apply for citizenship, you will definitely want to hear what's new and when it starts and how it's going to affect you actually. The naturalization test is the final step in the journey to U.S. citizenship. Applicants must show knowledge of American history and government and also demonstrate English skills. For years, the test was based on 100 questions bank. During your interview, you were asked up to 10 questions and you would need 6 correct to pass. And of course, that's the system. Most people know about it. And then what's going to be changing now, of course, the bigger question here is the civics study guide is expanding from 100 questions to 128 questions. That means more material to prepare for. And of course, there are going to be more questions asked during the interview actually. Instead of 10 questions, the officer will now ask up to 20 civics questions during the interview. Higher pass requirements. To pass, you will need to get 12 out of 20 correct. That's double the number of questions, but the passing percentage is about the same as before. And stopping early, if you get 12 correct before reaching 20 questions, the officer will stop the test right there. You already pass. On the other hand, if you miss 9 questions, the test ends early because you cannot pass anymore. So effective date of this changes, this new version of the test applies to applicants who file Form N-400 on or after October 20, 2025. If you file before then, you will still take the old test. So it's important if anyone is ready to file their naturalization application, they should do that before October 20, 2025. For older applicants, for people 65 or older who have been permanent residents for 20 years or more, the simpler version still applies. You will get 10 questions from a shorter list of 20 and need 6 correct to pass. About the English test, the English reading, writing, and speaking parts of the process are not changing. They're still same. Why this change is happening right now? The USCIS says this is about strengthening the process and better measuring the knowledge of US history and government. Of course, the critics argue that it could make naturalization harder and discourage some immigrants even to apply. It's also seen as a part of a larger overall of immigration policy. So what you need to do, if you're planning to apply soon and you want to take the current 100 question test, file before October 2025. So you have to file your naturalization application before October 2025. If you will be applying later, prepare the bigger 128 question pool. So what we can say now, the naturalization test just got tougher, more questions and bigger studies and a higher standard to pass. As our follower might remember, actually, during the first term of Trump administration, they actually, almost end of his term, he added this new test to take place, but then the Biden administration actually removed this requirement. So that's why the applicants have been actually studying and being questioned from the old version, which is going to be until now, and starting October 20, the new actual test is going to take place. I hope this news helps our followers, and if there are any questions, please feel free to reach us. And this is attorney Ogmen. Have a great day.